Hi, what's going on, guys? Been a long time on this channel, but now I'm back. So let's start again with a game. If you go to this website, flexboxfroggy.com, you will see this game. It's actually a very fun game, so we are going to be playing it together today. This is a game that teaches you how to use Flexbox. Flexbox is a one-dimensional layout in CSS, and it's very fun to use. So now we have level 1 all the way to level 24. So that's what we're going to be playing together today. The game is very simple. The main objective is to get this frog to their lily pad here. So let's get started. So to do this, you have to place this frog all the way to this end. So to do that, we are going to use this property called justify content. By the way, you can take a look at this information here to know which property to use. But because of this tutorial, I'm just going to walk you through so you can take a look at them. So by default, this is set to start. That's why it's here. So we are going to set it to end. And let me just quickly say that before we use property like flex end, you can see go to the end to place items. But because of grid now, we don't use that again. You can actually use it, you can see it work, but just use end now so that you can move quickly. Let's continue. Alright, level 2. So again, we are going to be using justify content because justify content actually sets directions of an items horizontally. So again, justify content. This one will be at the center, right? Cool. Let's continue. Now level 3. It's going good. So let's see what we have here. Justify content. Again, we are still dealing with horizontal direction. Content. Okay, this one will be space around. Okay, this we have about 3 main elements to place an item in this direction. We have one that is called space between. What this will do is that it will make all these items to stick at the end of the container, while the one at the middle will be at the center. We also have the one that is called space around. Space evenly. You already use space around, space evenly. What this will do is we create equal space within this item and the container. Equal space here, equal space here, equal space here, equal space here. But the one that will solve this is space around. Space around. Okay. What this will do, just to explain, is because it is like it will create half of the space that is here to create them here. Right? So that way they are not at the center, but they are space around. The space will be at the around. Okay, let's go to the next level. Okay, level 4 now. So here we are going to use the one that I explained before, which is space between. Okay, let's continue. Now level 5. We're moving fast here. All right, now you can see now we are not working horizontally again. Now we are working vertically. So for us to place this item at the vertical, we have to have a way to set this direction to the end, to move all this one to the end. To do that, we are going to use a property that is called align items. Now, not content again, but items. All right, you can take a look at this note here. So let's say this is what? End, of course. Cool, let's continue. That's level 5 done. Now level 6. Okay, here we are going to combine justify content and align items together. So let's start with justify content. This one we set the direction here, right? And then align item we set direction what? To the center here. So let's do that. Center, right? And align items, center. Cool. Let's continue. All right. Now level 7. Let's see what we have here. First of all, we have to find a way to make them to be at the end vertically. So that's align, of course, align items. That's end, right? Okay, now we are going to use another space around. That's justify content. Space around. This is fun. Cool. Let's continue. All right. Let's see what we have here. Now, we have this direction that is not actually aligned, but not only the direction. If you take a look closely, you see that the color is not even aligned here, because here we have red, yellow, and green, but here we have green, yellow, and red. So we have to find a way to make them reverse. That's what we're going to do here. So if you just enter it like this, if you just place it like this, justify content, we set it to end, you can see it move actually, but the color is not matched. So that's why we are going to use this property that is called flex direction. So flex direction. So the items are on row, right? Are they not? They are on row. But now we have to reverse them so that this one can go to the end, and yellow can be here, while red can be here. They are kind of reverse, right? So that's the value. Row reverse. All right, we are done with that. Okay, next level. That's level 9. All right, let's see what we have here. So we are going to use the same property that we used in the last level to solve these two. Flex direction. But now we are not dealing with row, because this is row. Now we have to set it to column so that they can be vertical. So that's the trick here. Column. All right, let's move on to the next level. This game is actually fun. Okay, let's see what we have here. You can see they are aligned at the right place, but then the color is nowhere aligned. So that means we have to reverse them. But when we reverse them, something will happen, and that is what we are going to solve again. Flex direction, they're going to be what? On row. Now they're going to reverse them because the color is not matched. Okay, now they move here. As they reverse, they move here. So we have to find a way to move them what? Right back to the start, and that's what we are going to do with justify content start. All right, we are done. Let's move on to the next level. Now on to level 11. Let's see what we have here. All right, they are horizontal, so we have to find a way to place them vertically. That's of course flex direction. Flex direction. That's what? Column. All right, we are getting there. So next, we are going to align them to the end. Now, when we change flex direction to column, the justify content will not work for horizontal again. It will work for vertical direction. The align items that would normally work for vertical direction will now be working for horizontal direction. So you get the idea. So now we are not going to use align item as we do before. To align them to the end, we are going to use justify content. Make sure you understand that. To what? To the end. All right, let's go. Level 12. Let's see what we have here. Okay. So first of all, we have to find a way to make them to be at the column. That of course is flex direction column, right? Okay. So you can see that the color is not quite matched, because here we have red, we have yellow, and we have green. But the green is what starts here, so it's going to be column what? Column reverse. You get? All right. So you have to find a way to make them, to make the first one stick to the top and the green one to stick to the end. That's what we're going to do with justify content. Already explained this space between how it works, so that's what we're going to use here. Space between. Can't space between today. All right, let's continue. All right, let's see what we have here. So, of course, first of all, we have to make them to be at the end of the container vertically. So let's use align items. And right. All right, let's see what we have here. So we're going to find a way to make sure that the color are matched, because the color are not quite correct. So that's what we're going to do with flex direction. Of course, it's still going to be at a row now, right? But it's going to be row reverse. Okay, so we have to make them to want to align them at the center. That's what we are going to do with justify content center. Okay, that's quite right. All right, let's see what we have here. I think we already saw something that looks similar to this. Okay, no, 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 no. This is different. So the color is not match here. Now, what we are asked to do is for us to reorder these elements. By default, all of them have 0, 0, 0. So that means this green has order 0, yellow 0, and red 0. But they are aligned to the way we place them in our codes. So for now, for example, if we set the order of this green to 1, it will move here. It will move to this. To move here. Why this one is at 0 to move here? And this one is 2 is also at 0. It will replace it here to come here. Why the yellow will be the last? So now for us to set this green is correct. Yellow is the one that is wrong here. We have to make sure that the yellow is the last. So why this red is still 0? We can just place this yellow to be 1 here, and then the red will be the 0, and then green will also be the 0. Hope you understand that. That's kind of very funky explanation, but you're going to understand now. So the yellow is already selected, right? So yellow is selected. So there is this property that is called order, and this order shapes integer -1, -2, 0, 1, 2. So let's just say order. Now you understand now, and let's put it at what? 1. Okay. So now it's moved to this place. Why this one still maintain their 0, 0? All right. Okay, let's move on. Okay, we have one more example to show you how orders work, and now you're going to understand. All of them, they are at 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, but they are placed automatically by the automatic algorithm to set all of them according to the way they are in our code. Now, for us to make this red to be lesser than a 0, because all of them are 0, as I said, you have to set a value that is lesser than 0, right? Which value can you think of that is less than 0? Of course, that's -1. So order. Don't forget, the red is already selected here. That's how we are putting this order. Order is actually putting on the flex item by itself, not the flex container. So order. Red order, -1, right? Okay, that works. Let's continue. Wow. That's what we have here. Now, all this green are aligned to the start, right? But we have to make this yellow to align at the end. So we are not going to align all of them. We are going to align only this yellow. So the yellow is already selected for us. So you just have to align it. Now you're not going to use align item start again because it's already selected to the container. So for us to align only one element of a flex item, there is this property that is called align self. And we're going to say that's what end. Alright, that works. Let's continue. Level 17. Wow, let's see what we have here. Okay. Alright. You can see this yellow supposed to be here and then be brought down to this lily pad here. So that means we have to tackle with their order first. We have to make them to be 1. If you place them to be 1, all this green will be at 0, so they will come to this place. Let me show you how that will work. Order 1, right? Yeah, already here. So just to make sure that, just to make them to align to the end, and that's what align self will do for us because they are individual items. Align self what? End. That works. Let's continue. All right, let's see what we have here. Okay, this is very fun here. Now, I will make this very simple for you to understand. It's actually very simple. You can see the lily pads are all horizontal, but after this line, they create another new line here. But the frogs themselves all are in one line. They're in one line. They don't break the line. So for us to make them to break the line, there is this property in Flexbox that is called Flex Wrap, right? So by default, it is set to no wrap. That's why it is here. So now we have to make it wrap. So telling it to wrap means that go to the next line. Go to the next line. So let's set it to that wrap. Cool. Now we are done. Let's continue. Let's see what we have here. That's level 19. Oh, this is kind of complicated, right? All right. Let's see what we have here. One thing is, these lily pads are all vertically, while the frogs are what? They are horizontally. So let's change the direction so that they can also become vertically directed. So that's what? Don't forget our place direction. Right? That's what? Column. You get it? Okay, now all of them, they are at all one line. So you have to make sure they break. I've also make them break. The one that we used in the last level is what? Flex wrap. And I said by default they are set to no wrap. But if you want to make them wrap, we set them to what? Wrap. Cool. Let's continue. That's what we have here. Alright, this one like the last level. Okay, the two property. Okay, that's right. Because just to make a point here, the flex direction, let me explain it to you. The flex direction and the flex wrap, they say they are often used together in Flexbox, that a property was created for them just so that we can use them at the go. And that is called flex flow. So that means the flex flow combine the values of flex direction and flex wrap at once. So the way we solve them in the last video is what? We set them to column and then we set the wrap to wrap, right? So now let me show you first. So first we say flex direction. The same thing to the last level, but now we want to use flex flow. Set them to what? Column, right? So that it can be vertically directed. And then we set flex wrap to what? To wrap, right? Now it's off. Now, for us to combine these properties together so that we don't have to write them in two lines of code, we can actually use this shorthand which is called flex flow. So on that flex flow, the first value is going to be the flex direction, and the second value is going to be the flex wrap. All right. So column and wrap, right? That's the value. So let's do that using flex flow. Flex flow. The first one is what? Column, right? Okay. And then the second one is what? Wrap. All right. Good. So that means if you go back to the previous level, this one that we use column and wrap, we can actually use flex flow on them just to emphasize this property. The first one is what? Column, and the second one is wrap. No, this is not going to be. Here we are combining them together. So let's continue. All right, this one already solved. Let's continue. Now let's see what we have at level 21. Things are getting complicated here. You have to be very focused here. All right. Wow. You can see all of these. They are breaking. They are already set to wrap. Flex wrap. They are already set to wrap. But then their line is, the space is too much. As it is set to wrap, the space is too much. So we have to find a way to make sure that the space is directed to the top, at the center, or to the end. You can see the lily pad space is directed to the start. So for us to do that, we have to use a property that is called align content. Now it is not align items again, it is align content. Align content is only available if the items in a Flexbox has what? Has line break, like this one has. You can see it's more than the container, so it occupies more spaces. So for us to move it to the top, we are going to use this property called align content. And guess what? We're going to set it what? To start. So align content accept the property, accept the value that justify content to accept. So set it to the top and then they are done. Let's continue. Level what? Level 22. Wow. If you can solve it to this, stay with me. You're actually becoming a pro at using Flexbox. Let's see what we have here. This is like the same thing that we have in the last level, but now we are going to set it to the end, right? Align, not justify. Align content at what? At end. All right, let's continue. Level 23. Wow, we are becoming a pro at Flexbox. Okay, let's see what we have here. All right, if we take a close look, we see that these frogs are placed horizontally, right? But lily pad are placed vertically. So that means we are going to first of all direct them to column. So flex direction column. Okay, let's see what we have here. Now we are going to use the align content that we used in the previous level to make sure that they are aligned together, because actually there's a line break here, because now they start here, then they go on to this new line and on to this new line. So that means we're going to use align content to make sure that they are the center. Align content center. Cool. They're good. All right. Oh, we are not good though. man, this one has to be at the end here. All right. Okay. The way to do this is just to set this align flex direction to reverse, right? Because we want to reverse the color. We want to make sure that this one goes to the end, and then the end go to the start. That's all that's all we want to do here. That's colon what? Reverse. Reverse. Can't spell reverse today. Okay, we are done. Good. Let's continue to the final level. Wow. This is complicated. Let's see what we have here. Bring the frog home one last time by using the CSS properties you've learned. Justify content, you know what that means. Align items, flex direction, order, align self, flex wrap, flex flow, and align content. Oh, let's see what we have here. First of all, we can see that this item I placed horizontally, but the lily pad are placed what? They are placed vertically. So that means we are going to use flex direction first. Let's see how it goes. So flex direction. Column. All right. Okay, cool. But we know that this red will be the last here, and the yellows will be the first. Okay. So to do that, we know how to do that. So that's column reverse, right? Yeah, I can't spell reverse today because of today. It's not Sunday. That's why I cannot spell reverse today. Alright. Okay, yellow is at the top now, and then red at the end. So we want to make sure that they create new line. So to do that, we know how to do that already, which is by using the what? The flex wrap. Right? And we set it to what? Wrap. Alright. Now don't forget that there's a property that was created just to combine flex direction and flex wrap all together. And that is what? That is flex flow. So let's change this to flex flow now. Flex flow. Right? The first one is column reverse. And the second one is what? Is wrap that we already written here. This one we've already written here. So this is wrap. Alright, see what happened here. When we actually wrap this, the line break from top. Let me show you once again. Okay, let me just put it here. See how it is now. When we set it to wrap, this one come down here. We don't want to be that way. We want to make sure that this one was the one that will go to this place. For us to do that, we have to use this wrap reverse. There's a wrap reverse too. Wrap reverse. Alright. So now we have this one break to this place and this one at the center. So we are going there, we are getting there. So don't remember that if you have a line break, if you want to set this line to be at a direction, we have to use justify what you have to use align content so that we can have line break separated within each other. So now we are going to use align content. Now, what do you think we are going to set it to? Now we have a line break. This is the first line, this is the second line. And this way, it feels like because of this wrap reverse, they are the end. We also have this one here, and to have this one here, we are going to use space between that you can stick at both ends. Right? Alright. Get in there. So for us to move this one at the center, don't forget we are already tackled with the column now. They are at column. So that way we cannot use align items again. We have to use justify content. You just have to set justify content to what? Content to what? To the center. So we're done here now. Cool. Oh wow. This is tasky. Alright guys, thank you for joining me in today's game. This is very fun. I like it. This is very fun. So up next I'm going to be looking at this one called grid garden. So I will see how it goes and I will update you. Alright, so thank you so much. If you like this video, go ahead and like it. If you don't like it, go ahead and dislike it. Thank you once again. I will see you next time. Bye bye.